Okay guys, I just want to quickly show you how to customize a pocket door family in Revit. So what I already did is I had a floor plan open and I placed a pocket door in my model, and I had a pocket door going into one of my conference rooms, and by double clicking on the pocket door, I was able to open it in this view and edit the family. And so what I went ahead and did was change the width here. Initially it was 36 inches. And so that's just the rough opening from jamb to jamb. And so I changed it to 4.25 feet because that was just what I wanted to do for my custom door. And I also went ahead and downloaded some hardware from Revit. So I just have a door handle here. So for my actual custom pocket door, I used a different handle from a different pocket door. So what I did was opened the pocket door I wanted to steal the handle from, and then copy and pasted that hardware into my drawing. So you can go ahead, select this, and copy, and then you can go here and paste, and it's going to tell you that it needs a reference plane. So I'm just going to place it here. And I actually don't really know where that's floating about. So I'm going to go into my 3D view and see it is way down there. And I want it somewhere just beneath the middle of my door on the right hand side here. So let's go back into reference level and let's bring this closer to the door. Let's also rotate it. So we'll rotate it 90 degrees, and we can align this to the door. So I don't necessarily know how high I want it up. So let's go to the preview and let's make the base offset 3 feet. Oh. Alright, so I definitely want it higher, so let's try 48 inches. Maybe we'll meet in the middle of those two and do 42. And let's just move it over a little. That looks about right. So I'll go into the reference plane. And so I don't know if you guys remember Brother Croft mentioning that we need a clearance between the end of the door and the handle. And so if I want to lock this handle in place, I can go to insert, or actually create, my bad, and create a reference plane. And what that allows me to do is snap dimensions to certain planes and lock them. So if I wanted a dimension between my end of my door and my handle, I can slap on a dimension and lock that dimension. And that way, if I'm editing attributes of the block when it's loaded into my Revit file, my project file, the handle won't move around. It'll stay locked. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. And I want this handle to be 5 inches away from the end of the door. So we'll move that, and we can align this to, let's just say, the start of this. And then I'm gonna want another 5 inches on the other side, and that will help me to figure out where I want to place my door stop. So let's go ahead and create an extrusion for our door stop. So I just went under the create tab and I created an extrusion. I want to use this rectangle tool, and I'm going to do a cube that is 1 inch by 1 inch. And so I want it to be 12 inches tall. I want it to start at 0 inches, and I'm going to hit OK. And I'm actually going to align this to my door. Oh, I'll just move it down. So now I can mirror this across this plane. Oh, I can mirror this across this plane right here, and it'll create another door stop. So I can go ahead and go into create again and put another reference plane. I want it to be right around here. And we can adjust this after we place a dimension. So from here to here, oh, we're actually pretty close. I want it to be, let's see if I can snap this. I want it to be 5 inches again. And so I can move this. And then we can just mirror this one again. And then I can lock this dimension and this dimension. And so basically, if we go into my preview, I think that is way too long, so we'll change this to 1 inch. And then if we go into 3D, there's still going to be this one on the other side. We'll change this one to 1 inch. And apply. And if we go into our preview, basically if we were to actually use this door, we have 5 inches for our hand to fit in behind the handle from this end under the handle. And then if we were to have the door open, it would stop because of the door stop. It would cause it to stop, and so you could still fit your hand in, and so the handle doesn't slam against the trim of the door. But of course you can use whatever handle you want, and of course we're going to want to mirror this handle because you want to be able to access and open the door from either side. But other than that, you can of course change the width of the opening of your door. You could change the thickness of your actual door if you chose to do so. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And of course you can change the hardware if you want, or change whatever trim you have. You can delete the trim or do a more decorative trim. But that's all I have, so I hope you found that helpful.